How to plan the perfect garden. A question on the lips of most frustrated gardeners. Maybe you're one of those gardeners who've watched multiple YouTube videos. You've read gardening books and maybe even gardening magazines. You've even sat down with your friends and said, how do I plan the perfect garden? Well, to answer that question, help is at hand. Marion Owen, New York Times bestselling author who has written a gardening column for the past 25 years, is introducing a new approach to gardening that will help you create the perfect garden. Hello, Marion. Welcome to the program.
Hi, Ken. Thank you.
So, Marion, this program that you're introducing came about because you spent 3 days teaching gardeners how to plan a garden. And that was a group of people. Some of them were beginners, some of them were advanced gardeners. But you realized that there was a better approach to creating the perfect garden. Share with us your new approach and how that's going to help gardeners.
Will do, Ken. And here's how it happened. On day 3 of the workshop, we're all getting together and pulling together all the knowledge we'd collected for the past 2 days. And it came time to put pen to paper. In other words, create the garden plan. Everybody was invited to do this. At first, they were a little skeptical, I must admit, because, you know, gardeners aren't taught the value of a garden plan or even how to make one. So as we went through this process, this exercise, oh my gosh, this is when something very extraordinary happened. Things just started to congeal, and you could see the expressions on their faces, these aha moments like light bulbs going off. And one gardener said, oh my goodness, I wish I had known this 10 years ago. I could have saved hundreds of dollars on plants and potting soil. And another person said, Marion, where were you 5 years ago when I was starting my own garden? And that's, Ken, when I realized, wow, I know exactly where they're coming from, because 35 years ago, when I was starting my own garden and standing in bare ground looking around, I really didn't know where to start. So I just kind of did this and that, and I ended up with a mishmash. And I was, like thousands of gardeners around the world, extremely frustrated.
So, this gardening program, it is a combination. It is designed, there's two parts. There's online training in a series of Zoom sessions, and then you've created a set of resources. Walk us through the course and how you've designed this to help gardeners.
Oh, I'd love to. Now, ideally, I would go to everybody's garden and help them out personally. But the next best thing is to Zoom, and we're going to have 2 Zooms. And first one is going to be where I share the basics of how to plant a garden, all the components that one needs to consider, like where's the garden shed? Where's the best sunlight coming from? And where's the wind come from? Where's the water sources? And so on. And then gardeners are invited to sketch out their own plan. And then we get together a week later and we review everybody's plan. And from that, it's not just me as a talking head. We all learn from each other what to save, what to toss out. Then, in conjunction with these 2 Zooms, I have a set of resources, several sets of resources. One set is I have a set of 4 seasons, garden seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall, where gardeners around the world can pick out where they are in their season and learn what to do during those seasons. This is not something I just pulled off the internet. I have 35 years of gardening that I congeal into these 4 booklets. I also have a compilation, I should say, like a little library of workbooks like, or booklets like, how to make compost. Not a lot of us know how to make compost. We look on YouTube channels and gardening magazines, but to really do it, how to order seeds, what seeds to plant and when. Finally, Ken, and this is kind of like the culmination of it all, I help students with an entire 12-month plan of gardening. I call it it's like I think it's like a super plan where I take 12 months of the year and then I divide it into weeks where each week I list what to do and when. It's like the ultimate resource for planning a garden, a 12-month master plan. It's really exciting. They all work together.
And it is really exciting. Let's take a look at several clips of people who've done this program and see what they've actually gained from this learning.
If you have any questions about what you should do in your yard or what you need to do for plants or vegetables, you really should take Marion Owen's class. I'm a greenhorn, not a green thumb, and I took the class because I wanted to know what I'm doing wrong in my own space. Because after years and years of spending hundreds of dollars on soils, perennials and annuals, I realized something wasn't right. And I found out what wasn't right. I mean, I had little bits of information, but as we know, little bits of information is probably not enough. And I'm growing perennials where annuals should be. This is what I found out. And I'm growing annuals where perennials should be. And I have some information, but she helped put me on the right path.
There are things that Marion showed me that I never even thought of, things I probably could have thought of, but I didn't. And that's where having somebody come over and look at your situation with fresh eyes is what's going to help you. And you'll have so many ideas, you're not going to know what to do with all of them when you're done.
Well, Marion, it's quite evident that those people have gained a lot from your workshop. If anybody would like to join this course, how do they get involved?
It's very easy, Ken. I have a link for them to sign up, and that is gardenerscoach.com/plan. And I want people to keep in mind that I have limited space because I go through everybody's garden plan together. It's really a one-on-one experience. People who are attending the course, let me tell you, they leave the course with a complete plan of action. And so they can just literally hit the ground running so they can have the garden of their dreams.
Well, there you have it, a step-by-step plan that will show you how to create the garden you have always wanted. Not only will Marion Owen teach you the basics to planning your garden, you'll join Marion in 2 live Zoom training sessions where you'll have the unique opportunity to show her the layout of your current garden, and she'll reveal what you need to change. This step alone will remove the many frustrations you're experiencing in your garden. Plus, you'll receive a series of gardening guides covering the 4 seasons: winter, spring, summer, and fall. To add to this, Marion has created for you a set of guides that cover the many basics of gardening. Finally, Marion has created a 12-month gardening master plan. This shows you week by week the steps you need to take to ensure your garden has the best chance of looking its best. To secure your place in Marion Owen's course, please visit gardenerscoach.com/plan.